This presentation speaks to what is humidity and explains what absolute and relative humidity are and how they differ. Absolute humidity is a term used to describe how much water vapor is actually in the air. It is expressed as the weight of water vapor per unit of volume. The unit of volume is given in pounds or grains. A grain is 1/7,000th of a pound of moisture per cubic foot of air. Relative humidity is the ratio showing how much water vapor is in the air compared to how much water vapor the air could hold at the same temperature and barometric pressure. It is referred to as a percentage. Therefore, if the air holds half as much moisture as it possibly could, the relative humidity is 50%. If the air holds all the moisture it can, then the relative humidity is 100%. How to measure humidity, absolute and relative. To measure both absolute and relative humidity, a psychrometer is used. Sling psychrometers are still used, but battery fan-powered psychrometers are now used which regulate the speed of air being sensed by both the dry bulb and wet bulb thermometers. A psychrometric chart or data prepared in the form of tables is used. To explain humidity, one thermometer is the dry bulb indicator, while a second, which is equipped with a wick over the sensing portion of the thermostat, is the wet bulb. With the wet bulb, the evaporation cools the bulb of the thermometer. The amount of water vapor in the air controls the amount of evaporation. The more water vapor in the air, the less will be evaporated from the wick. Reducing the rate or amount of evaporation from the wick means there will be less difference in temperature readings between dry bulb and the wet bulb thermometers. This indicates a higher relative humidity. Example: a relative humidity dry bulb, 75 wet bulb, and 59% RH, 40% dry bulb, wet 75 bell, 61 RH is 45%. Dry bulb, wet bulb 6640 is 40%. There are complete tables available for all dry and wet bulb temperatures. It is not something you want to try to remember. Refer to the tables available. To summarize and explain humidity, if the dry bulb reading is 75 Fahrenheit and the wet bulb reading is 65 Fahrenheit, the relative humidity is 60%. The absolute humidity for the same conditions is 5.6 grains of moisture per cubic foot of air, and the dew point is 59 Fahrenheit. If both the dry and wet bulb read the same relative humidity, it is 100%. The absolute humidity is 9.4 grains per cubic foot, and the dew point is 75 Fahrenheit. Thank you for listening. Bye now.